What's up, YouTube? So before we get started with this video, on the Get Up, they're going to be talking about the trade between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Los Angeles Lakers, where the Lakers pick up Anthony Davis. So let's see what they have to say about that.
The narrative has changed so quickly. I mean, we talked about the Lakers being the Kardashians a couple of days ago of the NBA, and now all of a sudden we're talking about them being title contenders.
Oh, we didn't talk about that. You talked about
I
that.
talked about it.
That was you.
I said it live on TV. And it was a mess.
And let me be the other guy. Can we put some respect on Rob Pelinka's name?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yes, he is the general manager of the Lakers, and he is your old teammate from Michigan.
And by the way, Magic Johnson is my childhood idol. Like, I could text both of those gentlemen right now, and they may or may not hit me back depending on what I'm saying about them on TV that day. But here's the deal. I remember so many people. Rob's not likable in the league. Players and agents don't want to deal with him. Is he going to be able to get the deal done once Magic steps down? He didn't give Ty Lue the 5 years. He gave Frank Vogel the 3 years. So he stood fast, got the number 4 pick, and actually acquired Anthony Davis.
Or you tell me you didn't think this whole thing.
So wait a minute, Jalen Rose. First off, it's not like Rob Pelinka got them the 4th pick. They were lucky to get that 4th overall pick. It wasn't guaranteed that they were going to get that 4th pick. The Lakers just got lucky. And as far as Frank Vogel versus Tyronn Lue, it would probably have been better if Tyronn Lue got signed, even though I don't really like him. And I know LeBron James would be in full control of that situation. But it'd been better if he would have got Tyronn Lue, because at least we would have known what the situation would be between the head coach and LeBron James. We still don't know how things are going to work out for Frank Vogel. So stop trying to hype it up like Rob Pelinka did a great thing with the head coach ordeal. And as far as people not liking Rob Pelinka, nothing's changed just because Anthony Davis is coming over to the Lakers. Nothing's changed at all. The league still doesn't like Rob Pelinka. Other agents and players still don't want to deal with Rob Pelinka. So what in your head makes you think everybody all of a sudden now likes Rob Pelinka and doesn't think he's a snake just because Anthony Davis is coming over to the Lakers? Why would you think anything was changed with the situation about what people think about Rob Pelinka? Because he's still a snake. And as far as Anthony Davis, I would probably thank Rich Paul for getting that deal to go through than anything. Because don't act like Rob Pelinka just manifested that whole ordeal by himself and set it up and had it go through. Because that deal was already going through when Magic Johnson was here. Magic Johnson was probably already talking to Anthony Davis and a bunch of other agents to get that thing in the mix. They just couldn't get it through because of the situation going on with the rest of the season and getting paperwork done and all that type of stuff. So it just didn't happen to go through on Magic's watch. So don't act like Rob Pelinka put everything, the wheels in motion to get Anthony Davis to come through. If anything, I would give the praise to Rich Paul, of anything. So stop acting like all of a sudden now Rob Pelinka, everybody loves him, and we're supposed to put respect on his name. There's a reason why in the beginning of this video you said, let's put some respect on Rob Pelinka's name, why there was a weird silence other than what Mike said. There was a weird silence for a reason, because people still don't like Rob Pelinka. Nothing's changed because Anthony Davis is coming over to the Lakers. So let's continue.
It's been a mess. Watching the Lakers from outside, you're telling me you think this has all been master plotted to get to this point right now?
You know the other person that said don't panic on what we see with the Lakers is you.
Yeah. I mean,
you and I were the two people that said everybody's getting too excited about the dysfunction that's happening with the Lakers when they're actually doing a really good job.
well, I don't know if I said that. What I think I said was there is still a path to all of this working out just fine, and that path is named Anthony Davis. And maybe I'll just say what you just said. This thing was kind of handed to Rob Pelinka, wasn't it? Rich Paul basically made this thing happen. Rob Pelinka just said,
"You're not putting respect on his name."
No.
Why would they put respect on his name, Jalen? What did Rob Pelinka do that you put respect on his name? The 4th pick was lucky. Anthony Davis came over because it's already in the works with Magic Johnson, and Rich Paul got that going through. He didn't get Tyronn Lue, which would probably be better than Frank Vogel. We don't even know how that's going to work. So why would you put any respect on Rob Pelinka's name? He hasn't done anything. And people still don't like him. People still don't want to deal with him. So why put any respect on Rob Pelinka's name, Jalen? Get off the fence, all right? Because nobody likes your boy. So stop trying to play both sides. Oh, well, I like Rob Pelinka and I like Magic and I'm still both everybody's friends. People don't like Rob Pelinka for a reason. And no matter what you say, it's not going to change what people think and what people know about Rob Pelinka being a snake. So let's continue.
Unfortunately,
Did
I'm
I
not.
put a respect on his name?
Yes. No, I'm not.
put
I'm
respect on
sorry.
his name.
I'm not disrespecting his
Yes,
name.
you are.
But I'm not saying
Yes,
that
you
Rob
are.
Pelinka was the
Yes, you
genius
are.
who masterminded this entire thing.
I got to tell you a secret.
Go ahead.
Rich Paul didn't trade 3 first-round picks. Rob Pelinka did.
He traded 6 years of picks, by the way. 6 years of picks.
And you know what else he didn't do? Trade Kyle Kuzma. Because if I'm the Pelicans, I ain't doing the deal without Kuzma. How about that?
I mean, that is the one guy that we all heard they wanted to hold back. There's no TV better than Woj on his phone. So feel free to jump in with any news that we don't already have.
And how is it that Jalen Rose is going to get more speaking time than Woj? I don't understand that right there. So there's a lot of things wrong with this this particular segment, especially with Jalen Rose. And I just can't get over the fact that we're supposed to put respect on Rob Pelinka's name. I mean, and Kuzma, he's all right, but the main thing was to get Anthony Davis. And if anybody else had to be traded or booted out to get Anthony Davis, then that's most likely what would have been done. I'm happy with that. And I'm cool that we keep Kuzma. So as far as that, I'm fine. And I'm not going to give any credit to Rob Pelinka. It's Rich Paul. So let's keep going.
If you get any. But what do you make of this notion that everyone was talking about the Lakers as being just the central of dysfunction, and now all of a sudden they pull off this deal, they look great, and Jalen is basically saying it vindicates them to a degree. Is that a reasonable narrative at this point?
Well, it's two separate things. They got the player they had to get in this offseason. They are not a front runner. They weren't a front runner for any A-list free agent. And I don't think that changes even if they got the cap space, which they don't have now. And so AD wanted to play there. He's there, but they still have to build a team around it. And just because you have great talent doesn't mean there's not dysfunction in the organization. It just means you have great talent.
Okay, fair. Let me get...
Exactly. And nobody says just because Anthony Davis is overplaying LeBron James, you don't know how their chemistry is going to be. You don't know how things are going to work out because we know LeBron James is good to be passive-aggressive and throw his teammates under the bus if things don't work out. And I think Anthony Davis seems to be a little bit timid and a little bit of a push around. And that's why he wanted to come to LA, and LeBron James probably talking to it with a little bit of magic and a little bit of Rich Paul. So we still don't know how that's going to work out. We don't know how the workout's going to rest of the team. We still don't know what's going to happen behind closed doors. Sure, it looks good that, they have a number one player to play with LeBron James. We knew eventually they're going to get somebody, but they haven't made the playoffs yet. Things are still bad. We don't know how the coaching staff's going to work out. So you can go from 0 to 60 relatively fast because you get the players, but that doesn't mean everything else is going to work out. The chemistry may not work out. We don't know what's going to happen. LeBron James might get re-injured again. You don't know what's going to happen. Or just because we pick up Anthony Davis, it's not the cure-all to be all. So let's keep going.
Some other names here because the names Kemba Walker and Jimmy Butler will come up. Those are the names that you'll hear throwing around as potential good fits with LeBron and AD in Los Angeles. You've gone through the money circumstances. So how would you describe the chances that they wind up signing one of those two guys?
They're not getting anybody. They're not getting any of those players with $24 million in cap space. They're not taking a discount to go there. This is for Kemba Walker, Jimmy Butler. This is their chance to cash in with a big max deal. I think Jimmy Butler would like a 4-year max deal wherever it is. If that's in Philly, I think Jimmy Butler stays in Philly. If he needs to go somewhere else to get it. And Kemba Walker, certainly he'd fit. Having a playmaking guard would fit with that group. But again, this is a player who, even if Charlotte doesn't offer him as much as he'd like, it's still going to be far more than the Lakers could pay him. And then a team like Dallas, who could offer him a max deal, he's still probably going to have to take less to leave Charlotte.
If you're one of those max guys and you're going to the Lakers, you're going to be leaving $9 million on the table.
Per year.
$36 million.
You're going to be leaving a lot of money on the table per year. You're going to be going to a team that as dysfunction behind closed doors, specifically because of Rob Pelinka. You're going to be going to an organization that hasn't made the playoffs in a while. They didn't make it last year, and they had one of the best players in the league with LeBron James. You're going to be doing it with a new head coach that we don't even know if he's going to be able to gel with LeBron James and might not be there longer than 2 or 3 years. So you're going to be going to the Lakers that you pretty much can be banking on what they were in the past, all the hoopla from what they were in the past and not what they've recently been, because recently they haven't been anything. So to go to the Lakers, you're going to be going off of what they've done in the past, and hopefully that they can get things going. And at this point, it's up in air what's going to happen because the best thing to happen to him is Anthony Davis. And again, we don't know how that's going to happen. And it doesn't take long for things to go bad with LeBron James if they don't immediately start winning and Anthony Davis doesn't immediately start playing like an all-star. It doesn't take long for LeBron James to start throwing people under the bus, and I can easily see that happening with LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James not giving Anthony Davis any time to get up to the system or get up to par or to get warmed up to the situation. So there's a lot of what ifs still out there, and we're not out of the woods yet, Jalen Rose, and we darn sure not going to be putting respect on Rob Pelinka's name at this point. So let's keep going.